Wow, guys, all the way from the East Coast, as they say, New Jersey, we have my dear friend, Angelica. Give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming on the show and giving guys some game, because honestly, Angelica, men are down bad and they can really use your assistance, and helping them out with this navigating this dating life, man. So real quick, little intro. Who are you, Angelica? What's going on?
I'm Angelica Salerno. I'm 24 and I'm
Okay,
from New
cool.
Jersey. That's
That's it. All right, cool. And occupation?
it. Stay-at-home daughter.
Okay. And she's having a brand coming soon, kind of like incorporating that. So make sure you guys watch out for that because she supports me, so I got to support her back. Move my camera back a bit more.
Yes.
All right, here we go, guys. So okay, real quick. So Angelica, you are currently in a happy relationship. It's been over what, a couple years?
It's gonna be 2. So I
Gotcha.
guess it hasn't been that long.
Okay. So when you were single, I know you can probably remember those days.
Yeah.
What was something you enjoyed about the dating as a single woman?
I think like the most like the best thing when you're single is that you don't have to answer to anybody.
Yeah.
You just go out
Yep.
and not care about like you don't have to tell anybody where you are, when you're
Yep.
coming home, who you're with.
True.
You
Facts.
just go and you're just that's it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I miss that a little bit to just, because like when you're out and stuff, you just don't realize, like you now have to take somebody else into consideration when you're in a relationship. Whereas when you're single, it's just, you could be a little selfish.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I feel like that's probably number one thing I do like about
Yeah.
being single is, for example, say I'm talking to a girl and we're not like official.
Mhm.
She starts nagging me, I'm already like out.
Oh yeah.
You know,
100%.
because it's
Yeah.
like that's why I'm single, to not get nagged. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? Because I don't want you to, swipe up. Oh, I thought you're going to bed. No, I was going to bed with you, not the Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
that's why being single is fun for me because I don't have to worry about.
I think that's the best part about it.
True. That's probably the best part is just because I don't like
Honestly,
being
like,
nagged
you just don't
at
have
all.
to worry about another person.
Absolutely.
You're in control of your own actions. They don't affect anybody else.
Got you. So when you were, single woman, I feel like as a woman like yourself, a lot of suitors came your way, and you picked a few, right? So when a man, came to the DM or approached you, what are some things that let him get a date opposed to the other dudes who did not?
Ooh, that's
Is it all just, is it all just looks, or like is it what they say, how they look, like?
Well, I think like first of all,
Yeah.
I have to be following them.
What do you mean?
I don't even answer anybody that I don't follow.
Oh.
I don't answer anybody that I'm not following back.
So, but how about say at the bar, like at the bar, the club, when he walks up to you in public? So let's talk about that first.
Okay, well that's different.
Okay, so
Well, at first, if somebody comes up to me, yeah, I have to be attracted to them to even hold a conversation.
Okay, so would you say above? So 5 is average looking. Where's like your threshold?
It depends.
Like, at least a 6, at least a 7.
Involved?
No.
My eyes get a little crazy.
Go sober because you're gonna have to see him sober.
Okay.
So let's just say you sober gel. Sorry guys, that's your nickname, Angelica Gel. Yeah. Sober gel out of 5 is average looking. What's like your threshold to even give him a
7.5?
7.5. Okay, so at least like a couple points above average looking, just to even give you your time of day.
Yeah.
Okay, now curious. If a guy's a 5 and he approaches you, are you the type of girl that's a bit more passive, like, oh hey, hi, give him your number anyway, or are you more like you're like you talk to him like this, Angelica? Oh yeah, I come here often, yeah. Like what's your energy like when a guy's like not even like and he's not handsome enough? Are you still nice? You're kind of rude.
Well, it depends on the vibe that I get, because I find that when I'm out and a guy approaches me, usually they've been drinking and they're aggressive and they almost are like entitled. Like I owe them an answer.
Yeah.
And if you approach me like that, I'm not answering. I will literally turn my back on them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it just depends on how I'm approached, because I don't really like handsy men, like drunk kids that try and like, I'll be nice if they're nice to me. And it's just like, like I'll have a conversation, but it's not going to go further than that. But if you come at me a certain way, you're not going to, it's just, I'm not the one to.
Got you. Okay. Now I'll say this, guys, if you're going to be touchy, it's like, okay, you put 10 girls. Okay. If I say I approach 10 girls, I may be successful with a touchy method out of 2 or 1. And
Yeah,
those girls
doesn't
really
work.
find me
It just doesn't
physically
work.
attractive.
It doesn't work.
So it's
Ever.
like, I would honestly like not really do be touchy feely with any girl. But now if if she starts coming towards you and touching you, okay,
Yeah.
she gave you the green light.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I would, give her a good amount of space, to like, check you out. Are you on your tippy toes? Like, what's going on? Are you trying? You know what I mean? So I give a girl some space. Okay, so now that he's approached you, he's been nice, right?
Yeah.
How do I say this properly? Like for me, right? I tell guys make it be in and out, like a bank robbery, right?
Yeah.
Walk up to her,
across and move on.
you move on, right? Because
Right.
I don't like to crowd a girl. Because most of the time she's out with her friends, and most of the time girls go out to bars legit to have fun with their girls, and guys go to talk to girls. This is how it works. So I always walk up to them, and now I do this, right? Either A, I go vanilla and go, hey, what's your name? It's super simple. Or B, I make a statement. Now the statement can go wrong. For example, let's just say I hear you order, hey, I'll do a double of tequila, and I'll go over to you and go, hey, having a rough night? So either A, you may laugh and joke with me, or go, what? So it can go either way.
It depends on the girl.
True.
She's like willing to, she has a good personality or not. Because to me, if somebody said that to me, I'd probably joke around with them.
Yeah.
But there are some people that probably wouldn't even.
Exactly. So sometimes
it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss.
True, because another thing, you can walk up to a girl, hey, what's your name? Oh, Angelica, and back to your conversation with your friends. It's just like, damn, like, okay. So I go back and forth with making statements. And sometimes, guys, if a girl's like almost smiling a lot, laughing a lot, okay, this girl may have a personality, so I may be able to use a statement with her. While the girl who's like just, pretty stoic in the face, not showing emotion, you may want to ask her name maybe and say, hey, what's up? Like, what's your name? And maybe she'll open up. But statement is good for me because I'm witty, I'm funny, so it works well for me. But for some guys they're not funny, so I mean, you may have to stick to the more vanilla approach, in my opinion, if you're gonna, do the statement.
I'd agree with that.
Next thing I'll say is I always get proximity, right? So what I mean by proximity is, do you live? I don't know. Like I'm not. Okay, I'll use California because I'm not sure about.
Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
So if a girl lives, so I'm in LA, and a girl says, "Oh, I live in Santa Barbara." Okay, I know you're 2.5 hours away, probably. So it's like either I close tonight or tomorrow, or I'll probably never see you again.
Yeah.
Opposed to her, living close by. So that's your way of like gauging it. And lastly, I address what's going on. Hey, I know you're trying to have a good time with your girls. But I'd love to, take you for a drink sometime. Like, what's your IG or phone number? I say sometimes either, because what that does, Gel, is it gauges your interest level. If you give me your number off rip, you may be more entitled to see me. Versus if I get your Instagram, it's like a medium interest.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you give somebody your number, like Instagram is like not as personal. Like we all have thousands of followers on Instagram.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Phone number, like you're pretty close to closing the deal. You just gotta.
True.
No, but you have the number. I mean, obviously she's interested.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing with that though too, right? Because some girls just feel so scared of men. It's like, oh, if I don't give him my number, I'll end up in a dumpster somewhere, right? So they'll give the number anyway. This is what it's just to a guy, just to make them go away. Now that's what I do. Let's say I got your number, Joe. I would say, hey, what's good? And you probably respond, who is this?
Yeah.
If I say, oh, it's Chad from the club, and you don't respond, there you go. Was never down in the first place.
That does happen.
Now, if you say, hey, it's Chad from the club off a rip, and she never responds, now you never know. Now you never know if she did the girl die? Is her phone off? But at least if you got the first initial response, who is this? Now you know she wasn't down. When you said, hey, it's actually Chad from the club. Now she knows. So I use that method as well.
That's smart. I
trust me, bro. Guys,
I'm never on the end of that. Like I never.
Saying
experienced
exactly.
that, so like
Yeah.
I never thought about it in depth like that. But
And that's what I'm saying is
that's
most girls
crazy.
have no idea the
Yeah,
plight
no.
that men have to go through to date. Like even myself at 6'1", 180 pounds and handsome as hell, the things I have to go through. Right? So imagine a guy who's like 5'6", average looking. It's even harder for him,
Yeah.
you know? So it's crazy here. Guys have to implement a lot of like strategy
Honestly, it's crazy because girls have it so easy.
when it comes to
Like
dating.
even if you're like an average looking girl,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
you know
DMs.
what I'm saying? You don't even have to be like somebody special. Like
No,
just an average looking girl.
you're fine. If you're a 6, you'll be just fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I feel for the boys.
I know, dude. It's tough out here for some of them. Now, moving on to the next topic. Now, let's say setting up the date. One thing I tell guys is you want to be stingy with your attention. For example, let's say I met you Friday night, Joe. Okay.
Mhm.
I wouldn't text you Saturday because I have plans. Okay. Wouldn't text you
Okay.
Sunday because I have plans. So I text
Okay.
you Monday, right?
Mhm.
Asking you, okay, so I'll probably say, hey, you'll probably respond, who is this? Chat
Mhm.
from the club. Okay. I'll probably converse in conversation with you, maybe 5 or 6 messages. Oh, you say you stayed in so and so. Yeah, I do. Been there my whole life. Okay, bet. What kind of work do you do? Oh, stay home. We start talking, right? And after about the 5th or 6th message, I tell guys, okay, cut it off. This is your time to set the freaking day. Because I bet you've had a guy before. I mean, when you're single, of course, when a guy would just talk, 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 and never set up anything.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, like talking to you is cool and all, but like, let's meet.
Let's do something here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's make it happen. Because
Because
yeah.
because like most women, even how I don't care if you're a feminist, like even they want a man who can take the lead,
Yeah.
right?
I
So
agree.
I always say, hey man, just
I would never ask anybody for a date ever in my life. Okay? Let alone even a phone number.
as I'm see,
Never.
you
Never.
see, guys, Joe can act this way because she has a natural abundance mindset, right? Because I consider Joe definitely above the 8, right? So you're above an 8, like your comments, your DMs are just always so full. It's like if you don't act right, he will. If you don't act right, fine, he will. You're not acting right either, okay? But most men don't have this
Yeah.
revolving door of options. So like they meet one girl at a bar and he's praying to God it works out.
Yeah. That's a sin.
because if she doesn't work out, he has to go back out there Friday night and get shot down 4 or 5 times just to get that one yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on from there. So what would you consider like a good first date?
Um, a good first date. Honestly, like I like to do different things. Like I'm not like I guess everybody says like dinner and stuff. I mean,
Ugh.
it depends on the restaurant though. Like I like an intimate setting where you actually could sit and talk.
Yeah,
Like movies, no. I don't even know
yeah,
who even invented that, but just
absolutely.
no.
I,
Like you can't even talk. You
I
know what
agree.
I'm saying? It's like stupid. Like
Yeah.
I like picnics. I think they're cool.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay.
You got like you're like on the beach, so I feel like that'd be like perfect for somebody in California, like a cool something like that.
Or a
But you
first
guys
date
think
though?
what?
Or a first date though? Or is that in the
Well,
future?
you have to bring like champagne and stuff. It can't be no rinky dink picnic.
Okay. So I'll say this, right? I feel like
Wait, time out before you go.
yeah.
In New Jersey, great business idea, by the way. They have people that come and set up insane picnics for you. Like you hire them. It's like
Same here on the West Coast. Yeah. Yeah.
$250, whatever
Uh-huh.
whatever. And it's beautiful, like beautiful. If somebody did that for a first date for me, that's all I have to say.
Okay, so let's talk about that, right? Because I feel like sometimes some girls, not maybe not you,
Yeah.
if you show your cards too soon, they kind of get scared.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we talked for 10 minutes in a dive bar. We
Mhm.
texted for 10 minutes, set the date, and here you are giving me something my husband would do, right? On our 2nd-year anniversary.
Yeah. Okay. So
So-
you're saying like some people think it's too much too soon.
True. Because I
Come
feel
on.
like a lot of girls, especially if they're in their hot girl summer phase, they don't want to be tied down anytime soon. You showing husband material off rip can make them go, okay, this was nice and all, but I'm still gonna go fuck the dude with the mattress
Okay.
or on the
Here
phone?
is my look on that.
Okay, go ahead.
If somebody is texting me nonstop and then does something like that, right off the rip, I'm not interested because it's just too
Wait,
much.
so you're saying if a guy is texting you like doing too much through text, he's trying to call you, trying to text you
Much.
often,
Done.
and
It's
then
done.
he does the picnic date. It's like, okay,
It's done. It's a wrap. Okay. But
okay,
if you're not giving me the attention and you're not blowing me up
okay.
and you do something like that, it's so fucked up. But you're probably gonna have a better chance with me. Because I like to see that somebody like will take the action even if you gotta play games a little bit. And that's like the craziest part, you know, you gotta keep people on their toes. Like, oh yeah, you might not be showing me attention, but then when it comes down to it, you're gonna show up and show out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'll do my best to paraphrase. It's like you may not be the best with giving her attention as far as I call it non-sexual attention, right?
Yeah.
The phone, the text, the
Yeah.
FaceTime. But when you're with her, it's a great time and she
Hmm.
enjoys herself.
Yeah.
Fair enough. For me,
Yes.
guys, I made a video on this. It did pretty well. I got like almost 100,000 likes. I call it the tier system, right? Because here's the thing. Men have to take out a bunch of different women just
Hmm.
to make it sex from one of them. So if a man's dating strategy is super dope picnic with Don Perignon, right? And then he
Yeah.
spends like almost 5 grand in total on
Oh,
5 girls and he only smashes one of them. That's a dumb mating strategy.
L.
Right.
That's an L.
And most of the dudes who follow me are like legit are in college dorm rooms with full send flags hanging from their door. Then they got money for Dom Perignon and a freaking picnic. Hell no. They're buying plastic bottle liquor. You know, like they got no bread.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I tell them, this is what I tell the boys. As she gives you what you want, because if you think about it, dating is a dance. You want attention, he wants
Yeah.
sex. Okay. But a lot of women have gotten really good at doing this. I get the attention, you get no sex though. Right.
Yeah.
So so they gotten good at that.
Yeah.
They gotten good at that, right? And I don't blame them. If you can get the relationship experience without having to give up an extra body count, do it, But men, we want our side of the deal, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is as you comply with me,
Mhm.
my credit card will start swiping.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The first day, I'll spend 20, 30. Okay, cool. You don't like me like that
Yeah.
tonight?
I
Right
mean,
back.
even if you go to a restaurant, like a nicer upscale restaurant, I think that's great for a first date, especially if you're in that age range where, like you can't afford too much, but you're
That's
still,
also another good point as well.
still doing what you should be doing. Like I definitely like flowers, like are a no for me on a first date. I
Do
really run
not.
away. I'd be scared. um, but yeah, I think like a nice like dinner, definitely just no like Olive Garden or something like that. Like it has to, yeah, like
Okay.
normal.
So I was gonna say this, guys. Listen, if spending like 60 to $100 is like nothing, okay, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But if $100 takes away like 50% of your checking account, then it's probably not
Mhm.
the best way to go.
No, there's
Um,
other ways to go about it.
yeah, 100%. And to be honest, this is my thing. Don't impress her, be impressive, right?
Mhm.
So it's more so if you have a great personality, guys, you take a girl to a freaking a viewpoint in the city and just talk to her and
Yeah.
play music, she'll probably have way more fun with you than the guy that is kind of introverted at the steakhouse.
Yeah.
You know, because yeah, you're like
Adventure is more fun.
exactly. You know what I mean? So if you have a good personality, guys, you can really
Sure.
do pretty low budget dates and give a girl an amazing time because you can keep conversation. Because
Yeah.
if you're like kind of a loser, you may have to up the ambience a little
You're
bit.
a loser.
You
You
may have
have
to
to.
because you can't be boring and take her on a cheap date at the same
Yeah.
time. Because
No.
because girls, one thing you can't do to a girl is bore her. You cannot bore a woman. The second she's bored, she's out, dude. You gotta keep things exciting. So I definitely say if you're gonna date and you're super outgoing, use that to your advantage. You can do the cheaper dates while, like for example, I've had a blast in my car drinking a coffee and watching like the ocean in my car with a
Well,
girl.
that is
Right?
amazing. Summer, like, cause well, you guys are different though, because like it's summer for you all year round.
Year round.
Here, we got like different
Mhm.
seasons in
Yeah,
10 days, so it's a little crazy.
yeah.
That like during the summer is like perfect.
Mhm.
Like, I'm trying to think in fall too, like I like enjoy like going for walks because the trees and stuff, pumpkin picking, like that's super cheap too.
I
You
agree.
guys don't have that out there, but like we have pumpkin picking, apple picking, like we have so many different things.
Mhm.
Um, and they're super cheap. Or you go like me and my boyfriend last year, we went to wine tasting, but it was like you do apple picking and then they have like trays. The trays were like $30. I mean,
It's not
you know
bad.
what I'm saying? Like that's inexpensive too. Like there's definitely you just gotta like look up things because there's definitely things. Like we have a sunflower maze where there's like 20,000 sunflowers and people go and take pictures and it like there's so many options out there that it doesn't have to be a nice big steakhouse like
Absolutely.
overlooking the city or something. Like you could find things to do that are super cool and super fun where you make it work.
Absolutely. So
Yeah,
another topic that men are, struggling with is the friend zone. So, Joe, have you ever had to put a guy in the friend zone?
always.
Okay. So, okay, walk me through this. So, like, was it like how do I say this properly? Was it non-attraction from the jump, or attraction was there, then he ruined it? You put him in the friend zone. You know what I mean?
I think like any friendship that I've had that ended up in the friend zone, I definitely found them attractive.
So it started off as
Yeah,
attraction.
majority of the time it usually
Okay.
does, but I feel like once they start treating me like a friend, it starts to just like I lose its going.
Okay, so define that's where men need to know what's
Yeah.
treating you like a friend like. It's because some men like they text you often, invite you to hang out, like they're
Yeah.
like
But
they don't
that's
know.
yeah, I think that's what it is though. Like I just don't feel like men and women can be friends in that kind of
I don't think so either. Especially if it starts off
no.
romantic. Like
I mean, it's feelings. It just never works. So when you start hanging out with somebody alone and nothing is coming about that and you're texting all the time, you're to me, I don't know, but it isn't it for me. I can't like that's odd to me. Like I had this kid that I was really good friends with, and I've probably maybe like would have messed around. I don't know, I guess. But it just never went that way because anywhere because we texted every day like we were friends.
mm.
Tell me about girls, I tell him about guys. It ended
Oh,
up
what?
being one of those where it started like becoming like we really became like really good friends, but like nothing
Oh,
ever happened. I don't know. Like I feel like men do it to themselves. They dig themselves deeper and deeper.
okay.
Like I feel like just if you're attracted to a girl, act like it. Don't try and be her friend first because it never works out. It never plays out the way that they want it to. Ever. Even girls. Like girls that use men like trying to be friends with benefits and it never plays out how they want to. They never end up dating the kid. It just stop doing it. Everybody just needs to stop doing it. Tell them from the jump what you want and what you like about them and if you're interested or not. Because texting somebody for like 6 months and thinking that a relationship all of a sudden is going to start out of it, it's just not, you're past that point. You're like way past it.
Okay. So hold
Right?
on.
I mean,
Let
don't
me
you
shut
feel
my
like
door.
that?
Sorry, guys. A little break in the show. So one thing you said that was very important that I feel like guys need to understand is treating you like a friend. So,
Yeah.
all right, on the first hangout, I guess, right? When you guys hung out, did he make a move on you?
Um, Probably not a move, but I guess comments and stuff.
I mean, a move like he tried to, you know, kiss you, touch you.
I don't know.
No, okay. So on the second hangout, did he try to do anything?
No, it was like later down the line. Like it was,
Okay. So guys, this is why I tell guys, and everyone's opinion on this is different. That's why I tell guys, dude, make a move first date because it lets her know off rip like
I think
what this
so.
is about. Because if you guys listen, if you take a girl out on a great night and
Mm.
you do nothing, it can go two ways. Either A, she's wondering, is there something wrong with me? Why didn't you touch me? Blah blah blah. Or it's maybe he just wants to be friends. And all of a sudden she's texting you about guys she's talking to, and you wonder what happened.
Yep. I feel like if you don't make like I feel like if you have a really great date and
Yeah.
she's throwing out feelers to you that she's interested in you
Yeah.
and you don't try to make a move, it's almost like insulting. Like, what did I just waste my time here for? Like, you're not going to do anything. Do you know what I'm saying, though? Like, if you're making it known, like, we're on a date and I'm making it known to you that I'm interested and
Yeah.
I'm touching you and whatever, like, we're flirting,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you make a move?
True.
What's the worst that could happen? You get rejected? Is that the
Yeah.
worst that could happen?
True.
Then putting yourself in a friend zone for 6 months, a year, and never getting anything? Like, what is worse? One night of rejection or months of it?
One night for sure is what
Just
we
telling you guys,
do.
put
I agree,
yourself out
man.
there.
Like you cannot, because I feel like a lot of times that's where guys get it messed up is they don't make a move soon enough,
Yeah.
right? The girl starts to wander. Because again, guys, if she's attractive, options are flying through the room, flying through every second of the day. So you're losing your spot, right? So you might as well make it obvious, make it known.
Yeah.
Make your
Every Instagram post, there's expect at least 30
I'm
DMs.
saying, dude, you heard from Joe first, 30. And that's her being generous. You probably wouldn't say 50.
Yeah.
Exactly. Damn. So, okay. Another thing I will add in, you can say true or false, is if a girl likes you, I feel like she does her best to look perfect. When
Mhm.
she doesn't, if she sees you as a friend, she'll almost be too honest with you. And
Yep.
she, I just, like, I felt that before. One time I was talking to a girl, I was like,
Mhm.
yo, where you going for New Year's? Oh, this football player is flying me out. I'm like, huh? Like, who in her, like, if she liked me, oh, me, and my
She
girls.
would never tell you. Yeah.
But the fact she was willing to tell me a football player is
But,
flying me out.
but see, to me, there's two sides of that.
Okay, what's the other
She
side?
could be telling to get a reaction and a rise
And I
into.
knock it. I didn't give her that. No.
So like that you got like it's two types of girls. There's the girls that like generally just are not interested, but then there's those like toxic manipulative girls
Yeah.
who will definitely try and see. Because I've definitely done that when I was younger. I was like fair share of toxic. And I've definitely been like, oh, this football player is Snapchatting me. That you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely have done that to guys that I've liked just to get a reaction, to prove to them that if you don't give me the attention, guess what? I got some NFL player that's gonna give it to me.
True.
So it's a manipulation, it's a game, and you gotta just be on the right side of it.
Okay, so for me, since I'm like I know game pretty well, Joe. So if
You're,
I'm talking to a girl and she said that to me, sorry,
Mhm.
yeah, fellas, if you're talking to a girl and she does that to you, the best thing to do, in my opinion, is not give it any type of like rise.
Yeah.
If she wants one out of you. So if a girl says, "Oh, I'm just Snapchatting Dak Prescott," I say, "Oh, that's nice," and like, or like, just give it a thumbs up, like legit, like it, like don't, because I feel like if you start getting emotional with it, she knows she's won, and that's not the best.
100%. Don't even engage in that. It's
Don't.
not worth it. I did that when I was younger.
Yeah.
I mean, as you get older, I mean, some people don't grow out of it.
Yeah.
But as you get older, it's just like, who has time for the games anymore?
I've
But a
seen.
lot of these girls, and guys are young. They're
True.
just trying to.
So let's go back to that thing of like, I feel like when a girl is not feeling you like that, she has no problems, like just like
Yeah.
basically she basically trusts you, which you don't really want right away. I feel like if you're on a date with a girl and she's telling you about all these guys she talks to, almost like basically she talks to you like her girlfriend. They
Yeah,
almost
like a gay best friend. Like you're like a gay best friend.
they gossip with you,
Yeah.
right? And I just
Yeah.
that's like most of the time, again, Gel definitely pointing out some like manipulation tactics there, but most of the time, man, I'm gonna go with that's her way of saying I don't see you like
Yeah.
that, or I don't care. I don't care if you see me like that. Like I don't really care. I'm gonna tell you whatever I want, and because I'm not that interested in you.
Yeah.
When a girl,
If a girl is gossiping with you
yeah,
about like other guys messaging them and or their
yeah,
friends or whatever, chances are you've dug yourself too deep and there's no way you're getting out of it. It's done. It's a wrap. Move on to the next one.
so let's talk. Guys always ask me how to get out of the friend zone, right?
Mhm.
And for me, the best way to not even get in it is just avoid it entirely. Because it's again, like the girls are gonna tell you, "Hey, I see more as a friend," and
Mhm.
that's when you have to go grab yourself by the balls and go,
Yeah.
"Listen, I don't think we can be friends because this started
Yep.
off as a romantic thing and they're
Yeah.
making it a platonic thing. And also, I'll say this too. Most of the time, when girls say my guy friends, it's only platonic one way.
Mm-hmm.
It's platonic on her
Always
side.
platonic one way.
Yeah. So the second the girl opens up the door, do you want this? He's gonna take it.
Yeah.
So it's not like that's not a real friendship to me. You
Yeah.
know, it's only platonic on her side and not on both. So like even that, it's just I used to
That,
think we'd be
yeah.
friends, but no, it's just as I get older, it's just tough, especially when you found them on physical attraction.
Yeah. I found that like the hard way, like in high school. Um, oh my God, wait, by the way, I said I'm 24, but I'm actually 23. I just realized I forgot
Oh,
my
good.
own age. I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh, I hate myself. Moving on. When I was in high school, I found out the hard way. Like my boyfriend would always be like, "These guys, like you think you're friends with them, like they just want to like get in your pants." Well, I'm like, "You don't know what the hell you're talking
Talking
about."
about, yeah, exactly.
And then like when we would have problems, I'd go to them and be like, like he's such an asshole, and they'd be like, break up with him, blah blah. And then once you break up, they're swooning in, trying to like take advantage of that situation, and then like it may have happened like once or twice, but then like you step back and you realize like this is like it's almost like a form of manipulation. Like you're coming in when like a girl's like vulnerable, and then like you're trying to like or whatever. But
I
yeah, I
agree.
definitely learned that the hard way. And then I'm like, no way can like you have a friend like that, especially when you're in a relationship. Like it just doesn't work. Like opposite sex friendships like that, where they're platonic like that, it just is never mutual. Like you said, there's always an attraction to some extent on one side or the other.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
I feel like a lot of times, not a lot of times, I'll say if I had a girl that I really liked and she
Yeah.
did a gang of guy friends, I'm gonna let her know, listen, those guys, they deep down like you to some
Yeah.
degree. And their goal is to one day have you. They know they won't have you when you're young and you're
Yeah.
dumb, I guess, because you put them in the friend zone because they're being too good, too good of guys to you. So they're like, whenever you have problems, they're gonna recruit you back to where they are single. So I wouldn't feel the most comfortable with a girl who had one, okay, whatever. But if like three,
Yeah.
4, 5 of them, man, that's just too much. And I feel like they don't have my best interest. Right?
Yeah.
Even if it's her fault while we're arguing.
Yeah.
Oh, break up with him. He's this.
Always, they're always in the corner whispering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just don't feel like, you said it best, Joe. Like, I know when you're young, you try to believe, but like now you're older. Like,
Yeah. As you get older, you're like, no, fucking way. This is not. I have no guy friends anymore. Like I used to, like that I talk to on a regular daily basis, and I would Snapchat, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I agree. Now, ever had a guy, I guess how I say this, like flex up on you, Joe, like I like, like one day he just broke.
Yeah.
And how'd it go?
I probably didn't answer.
Oh, because you think he's gonna watch it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
Okay, but actually, I have a good story. This is funny.
Okay.
This kid, he was like a lot older than me. Like, I was probably like 14 or 15. I was in high school, and I was like hooking up with this kid, kissing only because I was 14. And he was older than me, like by like 3 years, and whatever. Like we lost touch. Like we grew up like that.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 years ago, he messaged me like novels. I'm not kidding. Facebook Messenger, weird shit. How much he loved me and all that stuff. I'm like, dude, like I was like 14. Like, what? Like, it's like 8 years later. And I ended up screenshotting it. It was actually on Snapchat, not Facebook, because he got the notification and then he blocked me immediately. Mm-hmm. But I definitely had, like, what do you say to that? Like, what do you say to somebody that says crazy things like that, like years later? Like,
man, I don't know, man.
Men, don't even send it. I don't care how desperate and down you are. Don't even do it. It's not even worth your pride. Just don't. But no, I mean, there's people that I don't answer. There's people that I'm like, oh, You know, I mean, now I don't really get those kinds of messages that people like me because I have a boyfriend. It's more like crazy nonsense in my DMs. But yeah, I definitely don't answer those. But like, yeah, I've definitely been in situations where like friends have told me that they liked me, but I've never dated one of my friends. It's never gone in that way.
Absolutely. Okay. So segueing from the friend zone, another thing guys have a hard time with is being the nice guy. Now,
Mm,
what is your opinion on the nice guy?
nice guys finish last.
You think so?
I do.
So, what do you think? What like encompasses a nice guy in your opinion, in your world?
Like, I mean, like, I can't say nice guys finish last. My boyfriend's a nice guy, like now, but like in the beginning, he was not.
You
Okay, he was not. But now, like, obviously, but like so, like the talking stage or like whatever
Yeah.
that stage, do
Yeah.
not be nice. I mean, just it's like all bets are off. Like, just don't. I think somebody that's like too accommodating, they're always reaching out to you first. They're always making the first move, always snapping you, always complimenting you. You post something, there they are in your DMs. Like you're doing too much. Like sometimes you need to like humble a girl, like take her down a notch. Like you may not be on her level, but let her think that you are. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. You know, just you can't always just be nice. Like I don't like people that are overly like I feel like when a guy's too nice, they're overcompensating for something, and that's just like my opinion. I don't know what other people think. I just think that why are you doing the most?
I feel like Joe really
You
did a good
don't
job.
know.
You definitely gave a really good explanation. I feel like, guys, listen, I know you've been told by, the Disney fairy tale, the music. If you like a girl, show her, right? Like you said, like you post a picture within 2 minutes, boom, you're swiping up, right?
Yeah,
Always snapping, always texting, always trying to see all his free time. And it can overwhelm a girl in the beginning.
yeah,
Right. So that's why you got to be very stingy with the attention.
mhm,
Girls are stingy with the, you know what? So you got to be stingy with your attention as well. Because
yeah.
by you doing too much can like even Joe said, like it can make her be turned off. So it sucks because like those guys usually probably end up treating you the best.
Oh,
Right.
100%. Like, duh.
Yeah.
like, like that's a given. It's
Yeah.
just it's a shame.
It is. It's just unfortunate. And it goes both ways. Like if a girl is like, say, 8 out of 10, pretty hot
Yeah,
and she's doing that to me, I'm like, girl, whoa,
exactly. You're not gonna. You're gonna be like,
you're
yeah.
way too attractive. You probably why are you doing this much? Like you not thinking you're
I
over.
think you're overcompensating for
Yeah.
something.
So guys,
If
this is
you're hot, why are you giving me all this attention? You're hot. You could have 10 other guys.
exactly.
Correct.
So
What are you
guys,
doing this?
just try to flip it the other way. I know
Mhm.
you're probably thinking, no, if a hot girl reached out to me, I wouldn't care. Now listen, if she was overdoing it, you would definitely care. So just you gotta just how to say this properly. I just feel like okay, here was my issue in high school, right? My issue was I genuinely liked making the girls I like happy. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But what were those girls doing for me?
Yeah.
Nothing. So you always gotta think about it like, okay, what has this girl ever texted me first? Ever?
Yeah.
Has this girl ever done anything for me? Anything. Now, Jill, you mentioned like 10 minutes ago how you don't ask a guy for a date. Fair. But
Yeah.
when you're interested in a guy, what you do, like what will you do to show some type
I
of
mean, I definitely will reach out first.
so you'll show
Like
it
if we're like, yeah, like I mean, like if I don't like I'm not gonna ever approach a guy, but if I'm like talking to somebody like here and there and
yeah.
there's like, or Snapchat or whatever, like I'll send a Snapchat, I'll reach out
Okay, you'll show.
like that. I mean, I'm not gonna go like
Yeah, too much.
the extra mile and stuff like that. But I definitely will. I'll reach out first. There's
Okay.
been times where I have.
Because I feel like guys, when a girl's feeling you, most of the time they'll shoot you a text first sometimes.
Yeah, I
Like,
think that's the most you'll get out of a girl,
yeah,
honestly.
honestly, yeah.
But if she's sending you a text first, I think that's a pretty good sign, because I'm telling you, I really don't do that often. And if I do, I really like you.
For
So
sure.
I think that's a
Absolutely.
good sign.
Got you. Yeah, so I feel like this, the nice guy thing, I feel like you did a good job just breaking it down. Definitely gonna clip that one and put it on TikTok.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because it's tough, man. Like I'll get DMs, hey man, I'm doing everything right. And it's just like,
I
bro,
know.
I know. We know.
Like, no, you're doing everything right. Stop doing it.
Stop
Like
doing it.
that's
Yeah.
the best way to say it, because like it keep those qualities for when you're in a relationship.
Mhm.
Getting into a relationship and being in a relationship are two different things. Two totally different games. You're playing two different ballparks.
Mhm.
Like it's not the same. Um the truth of the matter is girls like to chase. Do you know what I'm saying?
And
They
show
don't
me
want
cards
something that's gonna be
16.
super easy. Even if you don't have 10 girls lined up, you pretend like you do. You know,
Right.
like
Do
if
something.
I send you a text, you answer me 2 hours later, I'm gonna be wondering what the fuck were you doing that you weren't answering me. You may have been doing nothing. You may have been napping, you may have been playing video games, you may have been with your friends,
Mhm.
but that you're thinking. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like
I get you.
if a guy didn't answer me, like I first of all, I don't like when people like answer right away. Like that was like a turn off for me when I was like in the dating pool. Um, because that means you have nothing, like nothing's going on.
I'll say this. During the day, like right now, bit slow to respond because I'm editing, I'm working.
Yeah.
But if it's like a 11:30 in the morning and I'm laying in my bed, we may have a good
That's fine.
yeah.
I like that. Like in the morning. But then when the night starts to come and you start getting less and less text, you're like, what the fuck is he doing?
Gotcha.
And you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so like you have her interest then. And she's wondering. So you just gotta like play it right. Don't text all the time, you know. Don't if she posts a Snapchat story, don't be the first person to look at it. Wait a couple hours.
There we go.
Whenever I like for example, with my
Yeah.
boyfriend, we had like a game going on for like a while. A while. And that's how I would be.
Mhm.
I wouldn't open his stories for hours. There would be times where I'd like have my friends, I'd be like, look at his story and let me know what it is, because I'm not opening it. I don't want to give him the satisfaction to know that I opened it. I've done that multiple times.
Girls are
But
so like meticulous, bro. I swear.
yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like this is all like I'm not the only one.
Oh, I know.
These are how these girls like they think, you know? So it's hard. It's so hard to be a guy. It really is, especially
Yeah,
now.
facts.
So
So another a thing I always speak on TikTok is I think I made this up. I call her the window shopper. What is
mhm.
the window shopper? The window shopper is a girl who will, because what is a window shopper? They look, but they don't buy. Okay.
Yeah.
But the girl who's a window shopper in the dating world is she gives attention, she'll text back, call back, FaceTime back. When it comes time to get the date, she's cat ate my dog, my mom's in town.
Yeah.
What are those
That was
guys
me.
doing wrong to not get you on the date, or is it you're just not attracted to that guy? Like what are those guys doing wrong to not get your availability?
See, like when I was single, I wasn't really somebody that like I didn't like sleeping with people. Like that I like random people. That just wasn't my vibe. But like I didn't even like getting with people, like even kissing. Like I just liked having attention. So you literally could buy me the world and hand it to me on a platter, and I wasn't putting out for you. It just wasn't gonna happen. So like for me, like I would text 20 different guys at once. And it was just like nonstop. My friends were like, who the hell are you texting out? Like what like it was just crazy. I was texting people from UK, Italy, a producer, like it was all over. Like, and then 2 weeks I talked to them, and then a new roster would be coming in. Like I was just like cycling through. So like to me, at the time I was single, it just didn't really matter. I just wanted attention. I was definitely a window shopper. Nobody was, but I
See,
also was stuck on one person. when you're like stuck on one person and you're not getting that from them, it's like sad to say, but no guy's gonna stand a chance against like that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree.
Um, but I think like again, like the most important thing is just to keep somebody on their toes.
Hmm.
Like don't let them know your every move in life anyways. Like just don't ever let anybody know. Be
Yeah.
3 steps ahead. Don't let people know who you're with 24/7. Try and keep it a little bit like mysterious, you
Yeah,
know?
mysterious. I agree. Girls like a mystery for sure.
Seriously though, and that's what girls like. They don't want to know what you had for lunch. Oh, you had tacos? Okay,
Yeah.
great. I don't give a shit. Don't care. But yeah, no, I think that's most important because like again, like a lot of the girls just want the chase. If you're not available to them, they want to know why and they're gonna try and figure it out. I think that's the key. You just gotta play the game right for like the time being. Then when you're in a relationship, you could do those things and have those conversations and be the nice guy and get flowers and but in order to get to there, you got to play it right until then. You know, it sucks.
I feel like that's fair. I was gonna say, um, so you're a rare case because you said
Yeah.
you aren't even really going on dates a lot
No, believe it or not, I think I only went on one date ever in my entire life.
before your current boyfriend.
He was my first date.
Okay, so let's just make sure we understand what a date is, right? To me,
Okay.
in my opinion, a date is two people of the opposite sex, or no, hey, you're
Hey,
LGBTQ plus
hey,
A
we
friendly
already
here.
are.
So, two people hanging out of romantic interests. It can be a walk in the park. It can be a steakhouse. So you're telling me no guys come to your house, picked you up, and took you somewhere.
My boyfriends have, but I'm talking about I've never been on a date with somebody I met out and we've gone out. That like never ever have I like met somebody at a bar or like at like out
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
and I've gone on a date with them. I've been asked many, many times to go out on dates. I just never did.
So what was your reasoning for not going
Um,
out?
my reasoning, well, like I feel like just like in the past for me, I've just found certain men, because not all men are like
Yeah.
this, obviously, just are very like aggressive. And like when I go out, they're just very, very aggressive. Like even when I'm with my boyfriend, like somebody like not that long ago we were out and like somebody came and touched my face and stuff. Like it's just the like level of disrespect is just like at all-time high. Okay. So like I just never felt comfortable me getting in a car with a guy and then if I didn't put out like I didn't want to have to feel like I had to put out because they were driving me, they were paying for my date, and they were dropping me off home. So I just never wanted to be in that situation. I would go on a date if I drove myself there. Like I've thought about this before because people always ask me like why I never like I would tell guys, yeah, yeah, we could plan something and then like the day would come and then I'm not answering. So like I've done that multiple times because I get anxiety like thinking about like if this person picks me up and then like they buy me a really nice dinner like are they gonna think that like I'm obligated to or they're entitled because people do think like that. There are some people that think like that, so like I just never wanted to be in that position where I felt like I had to do something because I guess it's like a
Yeah.
fucked way to look at it, but yeah, I
No,
mean
it's fair.
that's
Men do think very transactionally. They
yeah,
do, and
yeah,
by you just not going in the first place is fair. But I feel
yeah.
like one way to kind of counter that,
Never give anybody a chance.
yeah, I guess one way to counter that is just you offer to pay your half, right? So he
Yeah.
does feel like you owe him something because you bought your side of the meal, or you guys whatever you guys did.
Or just drive yourself. Drive
Yeah,
yourself.
that too. First date for sure. I always offer, but I always let girls know, hey, if you're not comfortable with me
Yeah.
driving, it's fine, and we just met. But that's
Yeah.
fair. But you are so you are an anomaly. So you were window shopping, but you still didn't go on dates, so it didn't matter. Like you still were
I went
just
on one date. That's it.
just
Actually, I lied. My first date was with somebody that I met on social media.
Okay.
and he was from France.
Wow.
Yes, he was from France, and we went out in the city in New York City. Now I live in New Jersey, so I had a private chauffeur drive me, like, and wait for me. Like he drove me to dinner, and then the guy like waited for me and drove me home.
Wow.
Um,
What a great first date. Most girls can never say that shit.
yeah, so that was my one and only date, I guess. Yeah, you could say.
And you went out swinging. That was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, he was really nice. We talked for a while, and then I started to lose interest. He wasn't like I would hear from him, then I wouldn't, and then I would, and I know he had a lot of things going on because he came to the U.S. to like go to school.
True, for sure.
So I was like totally fine with like not talking, but then my boyfriend, it started like kind of playing out. So I was like, okay, bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
So but it was a great date. I mean, we had a lot of fun. We went to Gramercy in New York, and you don't have to eat there. So if anybody watching ever is in like the New York area, I definitely recommend that place. It was super cool vibe. It was a rooftop bar, and you don't have to eat. Like you could just get drinks, and they weren't like crazy expensive, and it was like a beautiful view of the city. Really, really liked it.
That's what's up.
Definitely recommend. Yeah,
that's real cool. Okay, for sure. So
that was my only date.
there we go.
I didn't drive. See, like I won't go somewhere where I have to drive with the person. He lived in the city, so it worked out. I had to go to him, so I had my own
Transportation.
chauffeur, my own chauffeur.
Perfect. So, all the questions on my little sheet here have been answered. I was trying to think of one more on the way out. I'll say is I'm trying to think of something that I'm actually gonna pull up my TikTok here. Okay, I'm gonna see what is something that I just talked about that you can either co-sign or go, no, I don't agree with that one. Hold on.
Fellas, never make this mistake when you're talking to a girl you just met.
Let's see here.
Don't believe me? Fellas, let's talk. I'm going to need you to talk to this girl like...
Yes, okay. How do you feel? I know, yeah, you can answer this. Even when you're single, that this happened to you often.
Yeah.
Talking to a woman in a way pedestalizing her. For example, hey, Angelica, do you think you can make time for me this week? Versus,
oh my God, I will never get on board with that ever in my entire life. Ever. No. If somebody like, I expect that now that I'm in a relationship. I expect it now. If somebody did that when they were like, we were talking, we were starting to get to know each other, they were interested in me, whatever, immediately just no. I think it's like I'm not one of those girls that likes like that attention that fast. I don't like it. And I don't think a lot of girls do because none of my friends do either. Like it's like too much. Like you don't even know me. I'm not that perfect. Trust me. When you guys know me, I got a lot of flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I definitely don't co-sign that. Don't pedestal. Don't. Just don't. Because then she'll use it against you. You're gonna put her on this pedestal, but she's not on.
Yeah.
And she's gonna hold that over your head like this and just dangle it in front of your face.
And that's why men are chasing and doing the most.
Because you have her on a pedestal, she knows you do, and she's gonna treat you like a fucking peasant because you have her up here and you're down here in her eyes. True. Just don't do it. Oh my gosh, no. Don't do that.
Because I feel like when you talk to girls in like a very like, I'd say more submissive manner, right? Hey, like Angelica, like, do you have time to see me this week? It's like, like even if she was down before, now you may feel like
now I don't.
Yeah.
No. No, like honestly though, you just set the tone for the whole relationship. If you act like that, like she's gonna control everything, and you're gonna answer to her.
That's a whole relationship if that's the case.
Horrible. No.
Yeah.
You need somebody to like put you in your place a little bit.
True. And that's another thing too, is most men are especially when they have high interest, like I said, a guy's dating you and like you're the hottest he's ever had. Best believe you're gonna sense that. Right?
Yeah.
and you'll like be an hour late. Oh, it's okay, princess. I already ordered you.
Yeah, like,
Here's,
no,
like,
you better tell me, bitch, next time you better be on time.
like,
And you best believe next time I'll be there 5 minutes earlier.
yeah.
So no, like you need to put like put her in her place. Don't be steamrolled.
Yeah.
Like let her know what's up. If she does something wrong, hold her accountable. I don't care if she's fucking Mother Teresa. Put her in her place. Like there's nobody that like looks or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like because you might have a girl that may be better looking, but you might have a guy that has a better personality.
Yeah.
And in the long run, what you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all about perspective, but I definitely think like people need to be put in their place. I don't care how good looking they are.
So this is a good conversation. So let's go back to the first thing. It's just guys, talk to women assumptively. Okay. I just met this girl as I was leaving this bar, right? Long story short, she was looking at me. I said, hey, what's up? Like, you gonna look at me, come talk to me then. She walked over, we talked, I got her IG. She seemed drunk, so I DM'd her like 2 days later. Hey, you remember me? We talked, and I talked to her about again 3 or 4 messages, and got then I was like, hey, let's grab a drink this week. Not do you have time? Not do you think you'll be able to? Let's grab a drink this week. And guess what? She
be
can say
assertive.
Yeah.
Be assertive.
Yeah.
Don't be passive.
Yeah.
Oh, if you have time. No, don't ever say that, please. Just throw it all away.
Yeah.
Say let's. Yeah, like let's. Be assertive. Like let her know. Be straight to the point. Let her make that decision. Don't say, "Oh, do you have time?" No, I don't like that either.
Yeah, because it's just putting her on the pedestal and like sense that, and she'll sense that, and okay, she's gonna start treating you like a 5th and 6th option. Like you gotta. Because here's the thing, guys. She'll just say no. She's not down.
Yeah.
So
what's the worst that's gonna happen?
Nothing.
No.
On scene, or she'll say no, and that's it. On the next one.
Yeah. Move on.
So talk to them very assumptively. That's going to really help your chances.
I think that's a huge thing. I think that's a huge thing. I think that's one of the biggest things. Definitely.
And Michelle then broke into another segment, which is incredible, which is when a guy has high interest in a woman, he's so scared to tell her no, so scared to tell her what she's doing wrong, because he feels like, oh, that's going to rock the boat, and then she'll leave. Little do you know, sometimes girls do things just to see if you will say something. Yeah,
they're testing their boundaries most of the time, seeing what they can and cannot get away with.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you allow it to fly in the beginning, it will always continue.
True.
And she will always be testing.
Yeah.
Reaching that boundary and or limit. So if you want a girl that's not going to, if she comes late to dinner a couple of times and you don't say anything, she's going to think it's okay.
True. And
be shocked. Well, what are you yelling at me for? I was late last time. True. You know what I'm saying? So like you just got to do it right from the jump. Let your boundaries be known from the beginning and just don't let yourself get walked all over.
Got you. So this is the last question I'll ask you. And this question is actually putting you in the hot seat because it actually relates to you. Okay. So here we go. So I'm talking about you and other women, not just you, like in general. Do you feel like a woman when she's married, so ring on finger, right? Ring on finger. Honestly, I'll go as far as this. Relationship or ring on finger, she should slow down her social media single life as far as posting pictures of herself looking a little bit too good. You know what I mean by that?
I know you mean by that.
Yeah. So do you think you should slow that down, or it's all up to like?
No, I don't think anybody should slow that down ever.
Okay. So
this is a fight I have in my household often.
Okay.
Yeah. So even with like, actually today I was wearing like a shirt that was like too low for his liking. He was like, "Go put a sweatshirt on, or I'm not coming out with you." I'm like, okay, this is crazy. No, I feel like like for him, it's like a respect thing. for me, it's like, okay, this is what you liked and this is what I was from the beginning. So you know what it is. And I'm not going to change just because I'm in a relationship.
Got you. So you said something that a lot of girls tell me. And this is what I say back. I say, okay, you met me banging other bitches. You met me liking other girls' pictures. So I need to change, but you don't. And they go, well, and they start to backpedal a little bit. But
okay, but to be fair,
yeah.
like when I was single, I was getting a lot of messages from a lot. I'm not going to drop names, but like a lot of well-known people.
I know.
And okay, they're deleted now. So like I did change it. I don't answer. I don't engage. Like sometimes they get messages and like, but like if what attracted you to me is what I am, then why am I going to change that?
So reason why I'll say that. So this is probably one thing men and women will probably always butt heads on, right? Because, for example, do you watch the podcast Fresh and Fit?
No.
Okay, well they do. This is a Myron. Myron is like one of the lead guys on the show.
Okay.
This is his example. Okay,
is it on YouTube?
It's a great show. It's on YouTube.
I'll have to watch it.
I'll send it to you. So this is what he said. So the girls all say, no, I want to keep my hot girl look. You said this is what attracted him. So I'm going to keep it up. He can't stop me. Okay. He said, okay, how would you feel if you found out that your boyfriend was paying for other girls' lifestyle, buying Birkins, buying cars?
Wait a second. I did see this. This was all over. I saw this. This was a huge thing. I saw this on Instagram.
Yeah. So, I'm going with this, right? So it's like this. Yeah. You'd still be mad at him because he's giving away his resources, which compromises your security. If he's buying other girls' Birkin bags and houses, he never put his dick in no girl, but you still feel like he cheated on you. Like, how could you? Right. Mm-hmm. So it's like men and women have like a different thing. Like he cheats with his security and you cheat with showing your body to other men.
Okay. So I don't agree.
Okay.
So like if somebody's going and paying for a lifestyle.
Yeah, I have a woman.
Like, that's different. Like you're going out of your way to do that. Like I'm just wearing a bathing suit and maybe I have a bigger chest or and that's just me. Like this is what I am. Like it's physically attached to my body. You're going out of your way to spend money on girls. No. That is not comparable.
The reason why it's like, okay, the reason why they say it's comparable because like what repulses men is different than repulses women. So for example, like let's just say I was pure, zero body count. You may go, dude, I don't want you. Like, some girls, a lot of girls go, dude, like if you're 24 and no bodies, like, right. Yeah. But a girl, I'm 24, no bodies. Like men are like, so it's like, we get turned on different. It's turned on differently. Right. So that's why it's like this whole Instagram thing, girls have a way different opinion. Guys have a way different opinion. Mm-hmm. But for me personally, I know a girl right now as a boyfriend. She's like very stylish.
Yeah.
Now she's not busting out the seams like you, but she has like C cup. So she's not triple or double, but she's C, right? But she has a way of dressing stylish without looking a bit more,
like she's more conservative.
I'd be more conservative, but so it's like she knows how to dress sexy without without looking too much. Now, does she still get DMs? Oh yeah, but it's a little bit less because I guarantee you, the photos of you with what's his name is Tim Joe, your boyfriend's name Jim.
Peter. Jim.
Peter. I guarantee that photos of Peter get like 200 likes. That photos of you, more, it gets like 800 likes. So it's like, what's going to get more attention, what doesn't.
Yes, I do. Yeah. But I think like it doesn't matter what the hell I wear because my chest is so big that I could be in a turtleneck and they're still gonna.
True, you're right. I feel like when girls,
like that's what I try to explain because like we were in the mall we were in the mall yesterday. I was wearing like a little strappy like crop top, and like this guy was like following me around the store.
Here's the thing. I don't mind her dressing like that when she's with me because I can fight.
Yeah,
That's fine. But
yeah.
for me, okay, here's another thing though. You
Like,
at least post them. You at least post them. Some girls,
yeah,
you have no idea they have a boyfriend. Zero.
yeah.
Stories aren't. He's not there. Page definitely not there.
You gotta think of it like this: like with the day and age now, it's all marketing. These girls are trying to like be the next Instagram influencer. They're trying
Which
to
one?
like,
Yeah.
and it's not really a good look if they got a boyfriend, right? Because
True. True. But my thing
majority
is
of
this.
it is men.
Mhm.
Like my interactions are literally, I think it's like 80% men. 80% men. Okay. I don't even think I have a single girl follower on TikTok. Not even one. Maybe my mom. Like, so like that's just like how the game is,
So I'll say to that is a lot of girls, it's like this. They want to be influencers, but most of them aren't. So it's like,
Yeah, they want to be influencers.
sure, they want it. They want to look at though. But I'll say this to not to you, but in general for women. It's like, are you willing to throw away a good relationship with a man that can give you kids and a family over Instagram?
I wouldn't.
Yeah. So it's like, so I feel like, that's one thing, man. I asked another girl, same question. She said similar answer to you, but her goal was with the whole like showing off was to get an influence. She wants to be an influencer.
Yeah, that's what I would like to be.
Yep. And I was just like, well, shit, girl, the checks aren't coming yet. So I don't have to tell you. But I get what you're saying though. It's just, here's the thing. It all comes down to the communication in the relationship. If you guys are, if you guys are cool with it.
I mean, but like, I definitely, like each relationship is comfortable with their own thing. Yeah. I see couples on Twitter that their boyfriends are fully supportive, that they have an OnlyFans. That would never fly here. No. I make a killing though, and I say it all the time. It would never fly. So like everybody's comfortable with different things. That needs to be a conversation between two couples, because what I and my boyfriend may like, you and yours may not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree 100%.
And one across the board.
And I've had like little daydreams, right? Where I'm in LA, like the podcast is popping. Like I have you back one day and I'm in LA. It's like it's super popping and everything's going so well. And I'm with a girl driving through the city of LA, nice car. And she goes like, oh, babe, like when are we gonna become something? I look at her like this, like, baby, there's gonna be 100 things you need to stop doing before I wife you. Because it's like one thing I just can't have for me as like a wife. It's like, like I just, for me, if I'm gonna, stop messing around with all these girls and be monogamous, I want you to kind of be on my page. Because I feel like if, for example, high value men, like the top 10% of men, 100 grand a year, tall, handsome, there's a little of us, but a bunch of pretty women. There's a lot of pretty women out there, but not a lot of high.
All over the world too.
Yeah. And it's funny, like all the attractive girls want the same, like, let's say in your town.
Yeah.
Tall, so 6 foot plus, 6 figures. Let's say there's like 400, 200. But there's over
200, like 200 people or something.
Yeah, 6 foot, handsome man.
Oh, yeah.
Probably 6'7", over making 100 grand.
Yeah.
Right? And like say they're even their mid 20s, early 30s. So they're 28, 29 on their feet, doing well. Right? Scarce. Yeah. Right. Scary. But every single girl at the bar, you and your friends all want those 200 guys, right? Yeah. So they have the leverage. So it's like but some of them are pussies. But like if a man has a right head and his shoulders, he go, listen, I know you're hot, but you're hot, and she's hot, and she's hot, and she's hot too. Mm-hmm. If you want to come into my life and be provided for and taken care of, you have to go by what I want, right? So that's why I encourage men to get their bread up, become successful, so they can kind of dictate the ballpark in a way where they can say, this is what I'm looking for. And if you don't want it, that's fine, because I know there's another girl out there who would, gladly take me in, because I'm young, successful.
I gotta say, women are getting their own bread now. Look at Kim Kardashian.
True, but most of these bitches ain't Kim K.
No, they just are not Kim K. I'm just saying though, she
Doesn't really need a man, but wants one. You know.
No, but in the show they were fighting about the stuff that she was posting. And I think a lot of girls now have that mindset, like they don't need a man because a lot more women are working now.
This is a great conversation. Let's keep it rolling. Perfect. Okay. Here's the issue though. As a woman rises with her career, she leaves behind men who make less than her, than her. So if she's making 100K a year, say you're single, right? 100K a year. You wouldn't look a guy's way if he's making 50. He's a parent to you. So now you've took away all your suitors who are average men. Now you're looking at the top 10% of men. And the top 10% of men now are hoes, right? Because they get the pick of the litter. So it's like as women rise in their career, a lot of times they leave behind potential suitors. So as I make more money, I can bang more girls. As you make more money, the men that you want and desire get less.
Yeah.
You want an equal or a more most of the time. So that's the only struggle with. Like, say again, I'm sorry.
Majority of women, want like,
so
that's equal to them.
So it's tough, man. As they make more money, it's hard for them to find. Now to get casual sex, piece of cake. But to find a man they actually want and desire, that's gonna get a lot harder. So it's funny how it goes
when you're getting in that bracket where these men have a lot of money.
Yeah,
they're paying.
Yeah.
I mean, like, like you're looking at like a 50-year-old, he's not dating a 50-year-old.
Nope, he's dating a 30-year-old.
21-year-old. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, look at all these old men that have just, they don't fuck you money. They don't even know what to do with it. They're just throwing it around. Like,
I agree.
So it gets harder, as you get up.
It's funny though. It's funny too, because like when you were 18 to now, say you were single, right? 18 to now, next 3-4 years. It's a candy store. You can pick anyone.
These are your prime time.
Yeah, right. So it's but as for men, I'm still living at home. I'm still trying to get my money up. But the next 3 to 4 years, baby, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for the game because I'm gonna be everything. Tall, handsome, successful, everything. Right. So now it's like I'm gonna be in the candy store. Right. I'm gonna have all the options. When I hit that,
it always comes full circle.
It does. It
always comes full circle.
Always,
especially like the girls that like you ever like notice like girls you went to high school with that were like popular and that were like hot. Where are they?
Falling off.
What are they doing? What do they look like now?
Not nearly as desirable.
Not shit. Like it's never like you know what I'm saying? So like it's tough right now, but like it always comes full circle.
Yeah, as long as men put in the work, it'll work out. Like you gotta put in the work though, because average men are getting like, how to say this properly, like the average looking dude is like 5'9", decent looking, is getting overlooked. For like the 6 foot rich dude, right? So you can be that rich dude as long as you put in the self improvement. Guys, you gotta do it, man. But Joe, this has been a really good conversation, especially towards the end. We really started to get some good points in here, man. Like
we did.
The viewers are gonna be real stoked. So real quick, I'm gonna end this for the podcast, but stay on for. I want to talk to you a little bit.
All right.
Thanks, guys, for joining the show. Angelica, any closing words for the kings out there?
Nice guys always finish last.
There we go. You heard it first, guys. Thank you so much for tuning the show. Talk to y'all later.
No.